Moving on to spark then.
Ooh.
So found doing the podcast that there's a bit of overlap with spark and inspiration. So I asked people what spark means to them first, and then how do you get your spark?
Ooh, that's a lovely question. I don't think I've ever been asked that question before. What's spark? Ooh, I think spark is, for me, what's coming up for me is it's that energy that goes into an idea or something that your heart says, I need to do this. So it's something that might feel a little bit out your comfort zone because it's going to be something that's really exciting. I think that's what I would say when asked that. But what a great question. I've been asked that in my whole life.
That's good.
Right.
So what gives you your spark then on a daily basis? What gets you out of bed?
I mean, I think it is people. I mean, it sounds a bit like, oh gosh, that sounds such an obvious answer. But I think for me, it's seeing people be brave. It's seeing people who are prepared to push themselves, but not push in a hard way. Almost stop pushing yourself in a hard way, but push yourself in the right way. You know, be innovative, be out there, do you. And whenever I get a message from somebody to say, you know, I've this has happened, or I've not managed to do this, or whatever, it's just the best feeling ever to just think, wow, you know, something that conversation we've had or an intervention I've done has made that much of a difference. And it doesn't have to be that much as in massive, it's just that much.
Yeah.
And that much is just the gem that could just take people. And you know, it's a joy, it's an absolute honour to work with people, for them to be open with me and share whatever it is that's internally that's not going, which, you know, that's bravery. And then for them to start to say, do you know what, I'm going to do this differently.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me going every day.
Yeah, and even the fact that they've recognised it, I guess, even if it, however small it is, the fact that they've picked up on it.
Well, that's probably one of my biggest focuses is let's make focus on the little stuff, because actually they all add up.
Yeah.
The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between you achieving a master's and being really pleased with some piece of work here.
Yeah.
You can get the same feeling from that. So we miss a trick when we don't go, do you know what, that was great, well done me.
Yeah.
We miss a trick we could do them all day. You can make a great cup of tea. You just pause and say, good cup of tea. Your brain will be like, but we don't do it. We only say, oh, I can only be pleased with myself when I've completed this massive piece of work or this massive thing. And what about all the stages in between? Because if you think about the way that we are being trained at school, we didn't only get our feedback when we passed our GCSEs.
Yeah.
We got praised all the way along.
Yeah.
So we knew. So that's what we've been used to. And then we become adults, and we only praise ourselves when we'd finish something massive.
Yeah.
What about all the bits in between? What about all the things? So for me, it feels like we need to pay attention to that.
Yeah, and I think it's like taking a compliment as well, isn't it? But yeah, I'm doing something called Rise Reflections at the moment, where you pick out one win for the day, 2 of your strengths that you've used, and 3 gratitudes. Nice. And that's really, because I'm probably, especially when you work for yourself, think you haven't really got anyone to say well done.
Yeah,
pat on the back.
You have to do it yourself.
You do have to do it yourself, and you do have to go, actually, I have achieved something there, or I did very well there. So I think it's definitely something that we need to keep fostering, isn't it?
We do, because your brain is crying out for it. And if it's not there, if we don't actively do it, whether you're writing it, saying it out loud, saying it to a friend, if you don't, your brain will fill in the gaps. And it'll fill in the gaps with old noise.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't get around to doing that. Oh, you're not that good. And all the noise that we've all got, it'll start doing that. So if we actively do you know what, this and this and this I got done, and I'm really pleased, or I'm really grateful for this, you're not going to be doing the other, which is filling in all the gaps that isn't necessarily going to serve you.
And it makes you much more in the moment, I find. Like, I've been really enjoying, with it being better weather, I've been making my coffee outside and sitting outside, and I've been so grateful just for that.
Lovely.
Putting my coffee pot on the barbecue and sit, and I'm like, but I don't think I necessarily would have appreciated it quite as much if I hadn't been in this mindset of constantly being aware of gratitude and the nice things that are happening in the moment.
But look at what you're describing. You feel topped up, you feel good, you feel ready to start your day, and you've just done something that you would have done unconsciously and missed all the good stuff.
Yeah.
You'd have had the coffee, but stood at your kitchen side and not and busy looking on your phone or something while you were doing it, and you didn't get the thing. So you still had the coffee, but you didn't get the joy. And that's the bit that I think is so important, that we can make such a difference for ourselves on a minute by minute basis almost.
Yeah.